Hi, Member Holt, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see your face too.
Oh, thank
You
you.
look lovely.
Well, thank you very much. I'm just going over the introductory scripts just to make sure I don't flub it too much.
Oh, I gotcha. I was going to ask you, how did you want to manage that? If you wanted me to do it, or if you want to do it.
Oh, well, boy, if you're going to let me off the hook, I'll let you do it.
We like to ask the chairs to see, what their preference is. So whatever we can do to make it easy for you is fine.
Okay. Yeah, I think if you want to roll with that, I am perfectly comfortable with it.
Okay, not a problem. And then let's see.
And you're Rochelle?
No. So Rochelle replaced Stephanie. Stephanie moved on. She got a promotion and went to probation.
Okay.
And Rochelle is now the CPAC coordinator. So she's the person that you'll get all your agendas and communication, et cetera, et cetera. And then Sylvia Garcia is actually going to be your new clerk. And so she's in training. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few meetings. You'll probably see me around for a little while until she gets acclimated and feels comfortable to do it on her own.
Okay. And are you Ophelia or Florence?
I'm Florence.
Hi, Florence.
Hi.
I don't think I've met you yet.
We have met in person. I've come to your meetings in person sometimes as the clerk.
Okay.
I work for the board, so I don't often get out to all the CPACs. I have to rely on everyone to help me with that. And so we have met, but in person, but a long time ago.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry I didn't remember.
No, it's okay. And I don't have my camera on just yet. I just left the office and ran back home so I could do the meeting from here.
Okay. Well, very good. So do we have anybody who's going to join us from the public that we know of?
Not that hang on, let me see. Chris Johnson and Garnett Parmley, I do have their information here, so I'm assuming they are supposed to be. Oh, Mr. Johnson is on the line now.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
And is he a neighbor or is he an involved party?
Mr. Johnson is the applicant.
Oh, okay. All these names involved with these processes.
Yes.
So it's the Parmley residence, but Johnson is the applicant.
Yeah, Parmley is it looks like is the owner, correct.
Okay, is there a family connection? I guess that's why I'm confused with all the extra name.
I'm not sure. Maybe Mr. Johnson could answer to that if he's able to unmute himself.
Hey, sorry about that. Just getting everything figured out here.
No
This is
worries.
Chris Johnson. Hello.
Hi, so are you a family member, Mr. Johnson?
No, I was actually contacted by the Parmleys because their previous person that was doing everything kind of dropped off the map and wasn't able to help out. So they contacted me, but this is my first time going through this process. So.
Oh, okay. And are you the builder? I'm sure I can save all these questions for the meeting, but.
Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, no, we're the engineering's part of it.
Okay. Sounds good. I was confused with the different names, and it's like I'm trying to sort out who's who and what's what.
Yeah, no worries. Understandable. Yeah.
So I see someone on the line by the last name of Sinclair. Are you with the applicant/owners of the project?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that Shannon Sinclair, she's the wife of Garnett Parmley. So she'll be on the call as well. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And then who's Johanna? There's Garnet and Johanna Parmley.
Yeah, they're
I'm
also at
sorry.
the
I
red.
thought, yeah. Joanna is going to be Garnett's mother. She's going to be the one that's going to be living in the unit.
Got it. All right, I'm clear now. I understand.
Perfect. All right. I'm glad we could clear
Thank
that
you.
up. Definitely.
Thank you.
Hi, Member Tubbs. Can you hear me?
Wait a minute.
Oh, I
Hang on.
barely hear you.
Just a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, that video. Okay, I think I'm on now.
Yes,
I
I
hear
can
you.
see you and hear you.
I can't see him.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out this program. I've not used Blue Jeans before, I don't think. I've always called in on the phone. Oh, let me see how this works here.
So I can see you and I can hear you, and I can also see Chairperson Holt.
Oh, there I see Chairperson Holt. Okay. Hi, Tina.
Hello. Hi, Bill.
Can you see me? Okay.
I can't see you yet.
Yeah. The video is on. Let's see.
Chairperson Holt, it might be the view that you're choosing.
Okay.
So
How
right
do I
now,
change it?
the two of you are on top of each other. Do you see that now? Or now you're side by side?
No, I still only see me looking into the screen. Let me
Okay.
see.
I'm not sure how to help you on my end. I'm missing someone who's the guru.
Oh, shucks.
She's dealing with a family death down in San Diego area. Yeah.
Bad. I just don't know. Let me see what
And
I
let's.
don't want to disable.
Okay, well, I've got a full. And okay, I click that and I get the agenda. Okay. What looks like. Huh. So I see a whole bunch of participant names on here.
So someone just joined with the phone number ending in 1070. Would you mind identifying yourself? If you could unmute your phone, someone with the phone number ending in 1070. Could you identify yourself, please? I'm not sure if the person can hear me. This is a phone number ending in 1070.
Can you hear me? This is Dan.
Oh, yes,
Bruce.
I can hear you now. And I'm sorry, you said your name was Mr. Bruce?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Hi,
thank
Daniel.
you.
Hello.
Oh,
It's
member
Tina.
Bruce, I see you. Thank you.
So do we need one more for a quorum?
Yes, you do. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5. Yes, you do. How many do we have right now?
3.
3. Yeah, you do. You need one more. No, you guys have 5 members, so you only need 3.
Oh, very good.
Did you want to wait for Member Garfield and Member Sweet, or it's up to you, Chairperson Holt?
We could give them a couple minutes.
Okay. I also wanted to ask if you wanted to lead have everyone say the Pledge of Allegiance. It's your choice to do that. Some CPACs are waiving that, so it's up to you.
Oh, I would love to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay.
Is everybody else comfortable with that, in agreement?
Yes. So when before we start the meeting, when you are ready to go, Ms. Holton, you let me know. I will have to start the broadcast, and it takes just a few seconds. When I come back on the line, you should ask me to establish a quorum, and then I will go ahead and read the announcement, and then you can start us off with the pledge, and then all the other things that you do, the introductions and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if Karen and Gary make it.
Rank off. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, can anybody see me in video?
I can see you, Mr. Tubbs. I do believe that member suite is on the line as well. The ending in 7590 phone number, I believe that's member suite. Member suite, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have Gary anywhere?
I do not see member Garfield on the line. Would you like to start and maybe he'll jump in?
Yeah, that sounds fine. So do you want me to do the introductions first or the pledge?
What we'll do is let me start the broadcast, and when I come back, you will direct me to establish a quorum. So I'll take the roll,
Yes.
and then I will go right into the announcement so that everyone knows what's going on in terms of the video. And then, and then you'll do the pledge, and you can do your introductions.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Just one second. Let me start the broadcast.
And are we broadcasting?
We are now broadcasting.
All right. And do we have a quorum?
I will take roll now. Member Bruce?
Yes, this is Dan.
Member Sweet?
I'm here.
Member Tubbs?
Here.
Member Holt?
Here.
And you have a quorum. Let the record reflect that member Garfield is not present at the moment. So I'm going to read the announcement. This meeting is live streamed and temporarily closed to in-person public participation. The clerk's office is in the process of hosting hybrid public meetings that will provide board members and members of the public with the option to participate in the meeting either in person or remotely. Thank you for your patience and support. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2501 to provide your contact information. When the chair opens public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, callers will be contacted by phone and transferred into the meeting to make their public comment. Written comments are accepted, and you can email them to boardclerk@saccounty.net, and your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the records. And that concludes my announcement.
All right. And I will lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, are we ready for your first item?
Yes, please.
Item number 1 is the Parmley Residence Accessory Dwelling Unit. We also know the accessory dwelling unit as ADU. This is a special development permit to allow an ADU with a habitable size of 1,182,000 square feet, which exceeds the 1,000 square foot maximum habitable size for an ADU with more than one bedroom in the AR5 zoning district. This is located at 10366 Maggie Road in the Southeast community.
Okay, and do we have a presenter on this project?
Hi, yes. My name's Gemma Tierney. I am an assistant planner with the Planning and Environmental Review section.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and start the PowerPoint now. Thank you. And then Gemma, when you're ready for us to go to the next page, would you please remind us?
Sure.
Thank you.
Gemma, you're on mute.
Oh, thank you. Is the PowerPoint going to be shared, or can I not see it?
Yeah,
I can see the front page.
Yeah,
okay.
The PowerPoint's up.
Sorry, I see it now. Okay. Sorry about that. Good evening. My name is Gemma Tierney, and I'm an assistant planner with County Planning and Environmental Review. I am the project manager for this application for a special development permit. Next slide, please. The project site is located at 10366 Maggie Road, which is at the southwest of the southern end of Maggie Road. The approximately 4.5 acre parcel contains a house and a detached garage. Next slide, please. The parcel is zoned AR5, as is much of the surrounding area. There are also nearby parcels zoned A5, which is an interim zoning category that has the same development standards and use standards as AR5. The surrounding land uses are compatible with the parcel's existing use. Next slide, please. So here's some basic site history from the county's parcel viewer. The parcel viewer lists 1985 as the year the house and garage were built. There are no prior planning, entitlements, or code enforcement cases associated with this parcel. Next slide, please. The present entitlement request is for a special development permit to allow the ADU to exceed the 1,000 square feet maximum habitable size permitted for ADUs with more than one bedroom. The project proposes an ADU with a habitable size of 1,182 square feet. Next slide, please. Here's the site plan of the proposed ADU and existing structures on the parcel. The ADU is proposed towards the southeast corner of the parcel. The existing gravel driveway that connects to Maggie Road is proposed to be extended to access the ADU. A new septic tank to serve the ADU is also proposed. Next slide, please. And here's the floor plan of the dwelling unit. It has 2 bedrooms, which means that it can be a maximum of 1,000 square feet, or with a special development permit, it can be a maximum of 1,200 square feet. Next slide, please. This and the next slide show the elevations of the ADU. The ADU is proposed to be 1 story high with a maximum height of 11 feet and 8 inches. Next slide, please. And here are the remaining 2 elevations. Next slide, please. Some additional notes are that no public comments were received regarding the special development permit application. and that the final hearing body will be the zoning administrator. Next slide, please. So this concludes my presentation. I can take questions. There is also a representative for the applicant on this meeting who's also available to answer questions. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for the applicant? Can you hear me?
Yep, hear you. Quiet here. Nothing from me.
Nothing for me.
Okay, Daniel? I'm sorry, Daniel,
No,
what?
I don't have any
Okay.
questions.
All right.
I just have a
I
question.
only, oh,
Go
go
ahead. I have
ahead.
a question from planning. I noticed the projects for 1,182 square feet, and I'm looking at there was one of the documents in the project document packet that said the state standard is 1,200 square feet, and I'm wondering, is there a reason the county is only at 1,000 while the state uses 1,200? And is that the only reason why we're going through this process, because we don't conform to what the state's recommendation is?
I can say that we're going through this process, yes, because the maximum by right now with our code is 1,000 square feet. Jessica might be able to add more about the state context.
Sure. So this is Jessica Brandt. I'm a senior planner with the county. And in general, the state considers something an accessory dwelling unit up to 1,200 square feet. And but they left the choice of whether to permit by right to the locals for anything above 1,000 square feet. So we had gone through some updates to the zoning code 2 years ago now, it all blurs, and had brought forward potentially going up to 1,200, and the determination was made that 1,000 square feet by right seemed more appropriate. So that's where our zoning code ended up.
Okay, that was going to be my question, is if it was still pending as a change, but you're indicating that it was already discussed and the county will remain at 1,000. That's why the need for the exception. Okay, got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jessica.
I just have one bit of input and a question. Has the fire department weighed in on this for access?
Hi, yes, this is Chris Johnson, part of the applicant crew here. Anyways, yes, we did go through. So this process has been really kind of a roundabout and a little confusing at times when we're trying to put in something that the state says is okay, but the county itself says is not okay. And so we actually went through the process, got the approval from Wilton Fire Department. That's per the turnaround that they wanted to see on there that we're showing, and any other things that they had issue with. And so we've gotten approval from them, and I actually have a specific fire letter from them saying that everything is good to go if that's an issue.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure they weigh in because I know they want a specific amount of turnaround to get onto the properties. They're being persistent about wanting those things. I just wanted to make sure that they weighed in and that you're aware.
Oh, 100%. Thank you so much. Yeah, so the turnaround that we've got shown there with it's basically, it kind of looks like a sideways T, adheres to what they're looking for as far as turning radius and everything that they can get to the property and in and out appropriately.
Thank you. Perfect.
Of course.
All right, I have no further input. Board, would we like to take a vote?
I move
Do I have a
approval.
motion?
I'm sorry,
Any second? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, so I believe we are hereby in agreement that we'll approve this project.
Madam Chair, I'll need to take a roll call vote if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Okay, so we have a first by Member Tubbs, a second by Member Sweet. Member Bruce? Member Bruce, are you in favor of the project? If you could say aye. Member Bruce, can you hear us?
Uh-oh, what's happening?
He's on here twice, and so I muted one of his phone lines. Member Bruce, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sorry about that, sir. I'm going to take the roll call vote now. Member Bruce
Yes.
and Member Sweet,
Yes.
Member Tubbs,
Yes.
and Member Holt.
Yes.
And that's a unanimous vote with those members present.
Okay, do we have any other business?
We do. So for item 2, this is the community input on Sacramento County fiscal year 2022-23 budget priorities.
Uh-oh, I don't see that.
Yeah, so I think it's just a line item on number 2 there. So this is Jessica Brandt with planning again, and I'm joining you tonight to lead a little bit of a discussion on budget priorities. As part of the packet for tonight's meeting, you should have received a document that kind of outlines sort of what is in the county budget, how it's put together, where the funding comes from. I don't know if you guys got that, if you had a chance to take a look at it or not.
I don't recall seeing that. Do you have any PowerPoint you can put up for us to see? Did you bring anything to show
Well,
us?
do you have that budget in brief document?
Let me see if I can find that. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
What is today, Thursday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe I forwarded that to myself this morning for something else. So hang on.
Apologies if it didn't make it into the packet. I see it for another CPAC, but I'm not sure about this one. But generally, while Flo is working on getting that document, the budget office for the county committed to some public outreach on the development of the fiscal year 2022-23 budget. And as part of that, they have asked various departments to go out to their advisory committees and have a discussion about what those committee members believe should be the county's budget priorities moving forward. This is supposed to be very open-ended, and whatever feedback you'd like to provide is going to be taken down by the clerks, and then that will inform the recommendations that will be made to the Board of Supervisors by the budget office. And so that's sort of why we're having this discussion. This is the budget in brief document.
Thank you.
Thank you, Flo. And it's,
You're welcome.
I won't go through it all tonight. I think if you didn't have it in your packet, maybe Flo can send it out after we're done. But it's a really nice summary on, where does the money for the county's budget come from? Where does it usually go? How do things get divvied up between all the services that the county provides? And what's operating versus overhead, and sort of all the ways you can slice and dice this. So
Okay.
I highly recommend taking a look at it, because it is a very nice, fairly easy read document. So generally, though, we are looking for your feedback on priorities. And so I don't know if I'd like to just kind of go in order. I could sort of start calling numbers, or if you guys want to have more of just kind of a discussion. Yeah, I don't, Chair, what would be your preference?
Is this the only page we have to look at on this matter?
So this is, well, if you want to just kind of go to each page. So this first page shows you sort of where money comes from in the county budget. And I'm going to pull up another one.
Is there a way to expand it? I can't quite tell what it
I was
says.
just going to say, yeah.
Let me see if I can get this out to you guys. Can you just give me a second? I'll have to stop sharing my screen really quick.
Okay.
Wrong.
Are you guys getting a lot of smoke down there?
Earlier today it blew in rather thickly, but it doesn't seem quite as terrible right now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I know it's been covering everywhere.
Well, I'm over by Rancho Seco, and this morning it was really nice and clear here, but I had someone come down from the Ione direction and said all the way up to just about Rancho Seco, it was just horrible smoke. So there's kind of a line just as you go into Amador County where it's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I'm going to re-forward the packet that was sent out to everyone. It is in your packet material in the second. So hang on one second.
That's great.
Yeah,
Okay, so I just re-forwarded the email and let me know that you received it. And if you just open up the one that says meeting packet.
Let me refresh. Bring some more stuff in. Not quite yet.
That does it this way. You refresh one more time
Let's.
and see if it went in that way.
No. Not yet.
I'm refreshing continuously, and I'll let you know when it pops up down here.
Okay, let me see if I can just do it another way and enter everyone's email address.
First, we have rural internet down here, so it's like dial-up. Federal broadband thing didn't quite make it out here in the sticks.
There it is.
Got it?
Yes.
I got it. No.
Okay.
Excuse me. Tina, was that you? Did you say you got it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Sylvia, I have sent the PowerPoint to you for the budget thing. Could you share your screen, please?
You say Sylvia?
Yeah, Sylvia's on the line. She's going to be your clerk. She's in training, and she's our presenter for the night. And so I was hoping she could share the screen. I just forwarded the document to her. Sylvia, can you hear me?
No, I'm not.
Sylvia, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just forwarded an email to you. If you could open up that PDF and share your screen.
Did you get it? She sent it. Go to you.
Okay. And when you share your screen, Sylvia, just share your window. When you hit the share screen option, it'll ask you if you want to share a screen or a window, and share the window once you open up that document.
Okay.
There you go. Do all of the members have the document now?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, great.
Mine's still
I do not, but
downloading.
that's okay. I can see the screen okay.
Yeah, mine's
Okay.
still downloading. I'm sorry.
So I think what I'll do is I'll I'll start moving through, and then Sylvia, I'll just let you know when you should go to the next page. But on this page, could you scroll down to the pie chart that's on it? The bar over on the right. That works. Okay. So the Sacramento County budget is made up of different types of funds. The majority of the budget is what's called non-discretionary funding, and that's funding where it's basically fees and charges for services and federal and state funding that must be used for specific programs, and it cannot be reallocated for other uses. So a lot of health and human services money is in this bucket, where if we're getting money from other sources, it's earmarked for specific things. About 14% of the budget is discretionary, and that's kind of the money that there is more of an ability to reallocate as the county sees appropriate based on the priorities that are set out each budget year. Out of that discretionary amount, you have property taxes making up the majority of the discretionary funding that the county receives. And then other items are there's sales tax, there's other items, fees, and the like. And then the fund balance, which is what remains from the prior year. Anything that wasn't spent that can be rolled over. And then semi-discretionary, there are some items that is, again, limited to more social services, public safety spending, but there is a bit of discretion on what we can actually put that towards within those buckets of services. Go to the next slide. And then how about the pie chart on this slide here? So the operating budget for the county is $4.9 billion, and that is the majority of the overall county budget, which is $6.5 billion. The non-operating is transfers between funds, capital budget, so that's something like building maintenance or improvement, and overhead, and that sort of thing. The operating budgets are broken out further here on this chart. The majority is health and human services, which is standard for a county. The county is the level of government that provides these sorts of services pretty much anywhere. And then we also provide the majority of public safety and justice services. Land use, development, and transportation is listed third here. This is, I wish this would break out a little more because most of this would be transportation. But that's another area that is a large portion of the operating budget. And then you have general government and support services and the public utilities. Next slide.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah. So these next few slides break out these different areas in more detail. They give you the departments that are in that. Usually these are the agencies. So in this agency, this gives some major initiatives that they took up with mostly the discretionary money that they have. You can see, for example, Health and Human Services, their budget is almost all non-discretionary or semi-discretionary. So they do have these initiatives. They are limited by their budgeting on how much they can go into them. But just for, sort of priming the discussion on budget priorities, last year for Health and Human Services, they were pursuing major initiatives on alternative emergency response to mental health issues. homeless encampment initiative. They were trying to increase their capacity for public health services, and then additional foster care and emergency response units for child protective services. So that's sort of where they had focused last year. Next slide. Go just a little further down. Oh, a little bit up. Yeah, there we go. More or less. So can you scoot just a little bit up? Not going to cooperate, is it? So public safety and justice, that's the next kind of major area here. And that's everything from the sheriff to animal control to district attorney and emergency services. They do have more discretionary money, and then they have a little over half of their budget is discretionary. And they also have a budget that's looks like 1.1 billion last year. Their major initiatives were enhancing their correctional staffing, and that was related to a consent decree that found our jails lacking in safety measures and other potential human rights violations. So this was something that the county agreed to do. So they are working through that initiative. They did institute body-worn cameras for the deputies, so they took some of their budgeting money and did that. They worked to get more dispatchers, and then they were working on some alternative to incarceration programs. So those were things that public safety and justice worked through last year. You can scroll just a little bit down to try to get to land use, development, and transportation. A little bit further. There we go. So this is my home. So this is airports, development and code services, planning and transportation. As you can see, 99% of our budget is non-discretionary. That is, again, mostly transportation money that's received from the federal government that has to be spent in certain ways, mostly on road maintenance, improvements, and the like. So, of course, major initiatives. Number one, substantial investment in county road maintenance. The other items that came through this last year were working on 4 master plan communities, which are mainly called the Jackson Highway Corridor, over in the Vineyard community and Cordova, and then improvements at the international airport. That was where they were focused. Next slide. So I think this is just the last couple here. If you scroll down just a little bit to general government. There we go. So this is, all the folks that make the system work. So board, the clerk, county council, the executive's office, personnel, technology. Again, they have a lot of non-discretionary that they really can't play with, but they do have 10% discretionary. And the major initiatives here, working on a new property tax system. Their finance is always looking for more efficiency, and so this was something they were working on. Enhanced cybersecurity risk. I think it's enhanced cybersecurity. Security? I don't think that's quite right, but basically enhancing our ability to deal with cyber attacks. Okay. And then, risk management and response capability. So those were the major initiatives they were working on. Next slide. Public utilities. So this is waste management and water resources. They are almost 100% non-discretionary. What money comes into them is very much earmarked. Having said that, they did have some major initiatives. One of them was implementing organic waste recycling. That was a mandate through the state. And then also the Arden service area pipe and meter installation was a large one. And I should say that some of the major initiatives in these agencies are funded through some discretionary funds that do come from other pots of money. So even if their particular budget is 100% non-discretionary, the board does have other ways to funnel money over if there's an initiative that seems like a priority. And then finally, the last one, I believe, is economic development. And their major initiative has been working on the Metro Air Park Industrial Business Park. That's been a major. That is the large industrial area adjacent to SAC International Airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's been a plan for it for many, many years. And then there was an Amazon fulfillment center that went in there, and it seems to have really taken off up there. So it's become quite quickly becoming built out. So they're working to help that happen. And then, this just keeps going. Okay, so really quick, next slide. So we have civic services. So ag commissioner, assessor, their major initiatives, the special gubernatorial recall election. So they've had to work on that. And then there's also the redistricting effort for the county supervisory districts. So those are their kind of big things this year. And then if you keep scrolling, we have parks recreation. So that is regional parks, county libraries, and their major initiatives are improvements to the existing facilities and then getting additional park rangers on. So that's sort of where they've been. So that's the budget briefing document. I would certainly recommend taking a closer look because I think it's very illuminating. And they all have their ideas of the major initiatives, but we're here to hear what you guys have on your mind. So with that, I am going to stop talking.
It's a lot to take in. I'm just big on our roads staying travelable. We just had a big project come through and Twin Cities been improved. And luckily we haven't had any projects that are proposing large bits of damage coming through. So I'm happy with that. Anyone else? Hello?
Just along that line, Twin Cities was, of course, a state project, which was really nice to see. I talked to Supervisor Natoli a couple of years ago. He and Transportation Department promised they were going to totally redo Clay Station Road, at least by this year. And Don Natoli said last year is probably when it would be finished. I noticed they haven't started, but clearly there's no COVID-related issues with that department as far as doing that. So I'm really concerned that Clay Station Road happens to be probably the worst, the road in worst condition in the entire county at this point for a major thoroughfare. And it's nothing to do with this particular group, but I'm going to restate my concern to Supervisor Natoli and find out why they've been ignoring this road. It's just almost untravelable unless you're in a tractor or a giant truck. But otherwise, the budget, I understand all that. It makes perfect sense. The county's always had a problem. I should say a problem, but the issue of very limited non-discretionary, limited discretionary funds because the state has all the mandates on everything, and that's always an issue. Everything flows downhill. But thanks you for the presentation. I really appreciate it. I still haven't gotten it on my email, but it was pretty clear on your presentation, so thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, this is Dan, and I also have not gotten it in my email. I did receive a couple of emails from you, but that presentation was not attached. And I understand pretty much everything that was presented on this, so I really don't have any major problems with it.
Are there any areas that strike you guys as particularly important? I mean, roadways, I'd imagine, is probably number one.
Yes. And mine hasn't come through yet either.
Okay.
We have such great
No,
internet.
I don't have any further input for myself. I would have to take the time to look over the departments and different things that are going on and really delve in. Is this something that a public comment period is open on?
Well, one of the main things.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, one of the main things I would like to see quite a bit more attention put to is taking care of our homeless problem. It seems to be that the county hasn't done a whole lot about it, and the problem is actually getting worse.
Agreed.
Members of the board, the packet that you received from Rochelle, it's in that packet, and it's on page 26 of the packet. So you have to go all the way down and pass all of the material for item 1, and it starts on page 27.
Yeah, that's how I found it. I just scrolled beyond the agenda item 1.
Right. It's item number 2, and it starts on 27, and it takes it all the way to the end of the PDF. So if you received your material, it's in that same packet. It wasn't a separate file. It was just in the one PDF file on page 27.
Yeah, and apologies, this wasn't a formal presentation, although I kind of ended up making it that way. It was, more of just kind of a discussion overall about the budget and priorities.
And I'm afraid the homeless situation, it's just going to require facilities to take these people in that have the mental illnesses and they're just out wandering around. It's huge. It's a huge problem.
Yeah. Any other items that sort of strike you as, if the county could spend money on anything, what would you want to see?
I have no further comments.
Okay. I do think, Flo, can folks send in comments to the clerk's office if they have any other ideas or suggestions?
Let me get back to my other screen. I can't tell if I'm on mute. Okay. Yes, you sure can. Please send it to the board clerk at saccounty.net, and we'll get it into the record. And then we will be compiling all of the feedback from the boards and commissions and getting it back to the budget office. They'll give a presentation of all of the collective feedback in early October to the Board of Supervisors. So if you think of anything, just send it to us via email.
Clerk of the board, Sac County.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Is there anything else for us tonight?
No. If that concludes your comments for item 2, you do have item 3 as a staff update.
Hi, this is Jessica again. There's no update from staff. Thank you.
And item 4 would be your council member comments.
I have one comment.
Please share.
I'll just go ahead. Yeah, I just noticed that the county executive was selected recently, Ann Edwards Buckley, and I wanted to commend the Board of Supervisors for doing that. That's the first time in over 2 decades that this board has appointed the county executive from the county instead of going on one of these stupid nationwide searches, which was always denigrating all of the training and the excellent staff that the county has always put forth. I know Ann Edwards Buckley personally, and it's just probably one of the best decisions they've made for I don't know how long, ever since before I even retired from the county. So I just wanted to go on record as saying they've got a fantastic, or you have a fantastic county executive right now, and I hope that continues for quite a while.
Thank you. All right, are we concluded?
And then item 5 would be public comments, and you have not had any public comments for this entire meeting, just for the record, and you don't have any off-agenda comments at all.
Okay. Well, shall we adjourn on that point?
May adjourn.
All right. We'll consider ourselves adjourned.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Member
Good
Bruce,
night.
would you like me to try and resend the material to you just directly and not in the group?
No, I found it at the bottom of the other presentation. Thank you.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Thank you, Florence. Have a lovely evening.
Okay, you too. Have a great night, Ms. Holt.